What up, everyone? Shark here. Got a 2v2 for you today. We are on Eindhoven. 3 of the 4 players here are actually signed up for the tournament. So this is a good little preview of what I'm hoping to bring you guys all on April 12th. What we've got here is a mixed Axis team of Dumbass and Ares, and a mixed allied team of Lady Rytsu and PAX AJAX. This game is absolutely nuts. That's it. That's all I can say about it. Just watch. All right, so allies starting the south end of the map here. In red, we've got Lady Rytsu playing Brits. Single sapper before she gets her section command post out. In purple, we have PAX AJAX, 2 scouts into a barracks. On the opposite side, playing the Axis, we have Dumbass in blue playing the DAK, otherwise known as Red Leader to Base. So if I call him red, that's who I'm talking about. That won't be confusing at all with the colors. And then in teal is Ares. He's going triple Pioneer into Infantry Company. He's already locked in Terror and the Invisible MG42. So can't wait to see that one. With me, as I mentioned in the intro, is StealthElf. Stealth, what do you think of the new patch so far? What are you enjoying the most?
It's StealthElf. Hello, guys. You already know I love doing these casts, to be honest. Best part of this game, for me at least. Definitely, this patch has been kind of wild for me. I only just started playing it recently, and I was kind of talking to Shark before we started recording, but I'm kind of washed. I'm like absolutely bad at this game now. So like I'm still learning what all the new patch notes are, and I was kind of bad and didn't read the Shark patch note video, so I'm gonna have to get on that.
Oh no. Well,
I know.
So one of the biggest changes is the inability to construct field defenses and cap at the same time. So now your engineer units have to make a little bit of a choice. I do like how Lady Rytsu started with her sappers trying to wire off a lot of this heavy cover here in the middle, but the Axis team going to double up in the middle here. Dingo, as an early start, I think is really powerful, but those Pioneers will actually do a lot of damage to it, and the Panzerguns move up into heavy cover. Yeah, that's actually... So the SMGs from the Pioneers, right, and the same thing for sappers and American engineers, have a very high fire rate, and with vehicles, target size is so much larger than infantry that they generally hit. So that's why SMG units seem to do so much damage to light vehicles or ultralight vehicles, especially at range.
Yeah,
versus infantry.
And that was one thing I wanted to point out is in the patch notes, did it say anything to where the Vermont Pioneer Squad become Terminators? Because like I've been getting like sauced by these really weak engineer units, and I'm like so confused on why.
So I think it's just minor incremental buffs over the last couple of patches, but they have decent DPS but terrible durability. But if they're able to stand like right on your face, they will do good damage. And the other upside for the Wehrmacht players, they're very inexpensive. So you can start, they build extremely fast too. So like Ares can start with 3 of them, get good map control, and if he masses them together, actually do quite a bit of damage. And then obviously you have these Terror, Invisible MG42s. They basically follow the same rules as snipers with the ambush camo. So not only do they cloak as soon as they're in cover, but they also get an ambush bonus, which is kind of wild. So I think Relic said they're keeping an eye on them. They definitely need to, because in 2v2 gameplay, they become really, really frustrating to deal with, especially on smaller maps, or maps with a lot of cover, like Crossing in the Woods.
Oh, nasty flank coming here on the
this poor rifle
east
squad.
side. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that 250 just holding out.
And they're going to have access to all this green cover coming up in this next counterattack. The allies are trying to push towards the DAK player here.
Yeah. Lady Rytsu's infantry sections are just going to bleed here. Oh, wow. Nice counter push. But she also was successfully harassing the Axis fuel. So the situation is not quite as dire for the allies as it looked. Wow. The Dingo burning down that 250.
Oh, he might get it too. I would drop the engineers out so they can shoot and like.
But the base MGs are going to cover there. Yep. Now the Dingo has to back up.
Wow. Just barely. Skin of their teeth.
And lucky that there was no other infantry around to contest. I think that's the downside to Ares' approach here, going Pioneer and MG42 heavy, is he's been able to control his side of the map, but his units haven't really been involved in the fights. Everything's been kind of on the flank. Oh, yeah. PAX with a nice smoke onto the first MG42. But the
running into the second MG42.
Bro, I can't believe they were still invisible. That's wild.
Wow.
But the scouts just
Hitler's
stand in the
buzzsaw.
smoke. Yeah. I love this. They're just standing in the smoke. They're able to decap the center point.
Cutoff was taken by these riflemen here as well from PAX.
Oh, Dingo already coming in. This is another big change. You cannot ignore the base already from the Brits. It's much more responsive and does a ton of damage.
Wow.
Oh, is PAX
hit one
going
of
to
those
grab
mines?
this? PAX might be able to grab this MG42. This could be big. Oh, that would actually be really dangerous if he...
Oh, just
look
barely.
at the body blocking. That's an awesome little play there from Dumbass to body block the rifles with the 250.
Because it stops the animation of them shooting, because the models have to move out of the way because they can't phase through it.
Exactly. It's a little bit like a crouch kick from Street Fighter. It's super annoying and cheesy, but it works and it takes a ton of micro. Oh,
yes.
Nice mine, but Dumbass already has combat half tracks and veteran squad leader, so that's where most of his manpower has gone. You can tell.
Nasty section blob here.
Oh,
these grids are done.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, they're gonna.
No way.
One model gets away. MG42 rolls up. Humber on the field, but immediately snared. This could potentially be problematic if this 250/9 pushes.
Look at this cover from the NG42 on the middle VP, absolutely suppressing the entirety of that section blob, leaving their Humber completely vulnerable.
Yeah, but it looks like the Humber is going to get away. PAX's rifle is just doing just enough to hold the middle there.
Oh, look at this micro too. I mean, even the Pioneers are just, recapping up the entirety of his side of the map while all this fighting is going on in the middle. Like the amount of multitasking is just, it's over 9,000.
Well, to their credit, PAX is also countercapping the opposite side. So, okay. So Lady Rytsu is gone armored, and she's used the light vehicle withdraw and refit to get rid of the Dingo. And so replacing it with a Vickers and a 6-pounder. PAX, he's got 3 rifles, 2 scouts. He's actually going advanced infantry, which I think is an interesting choice. Lately everyone's really going heavy weapons battle group, but so we'll see how he plays that. Yeah, he's got a motor pool, got an AT gun coming out.
For the Axis side, we've got an 8-rad out from Dumbass, so we're gonna see how that kind of impacts the field, and it should be coming up the side. Yep, it's right there in the middle right now.
Yeah, he loves to play this way with an emphasis on light vehicles, and it's high risk, high reward, because if you're able to keep the vehicles alive and bleed your opponent, you can build up an insurmountable late game lead just through the sheer number of upgrades that you get on all of your units. But if you take too many casualties, if 250s get wiped out, if you lose an 8-rod or 2, then you can find yourself really in the hole. Oh no. PAX left his rifles there too long. Now the 221 and the 8-rod pushing on the flank. This is going to be ugly.
And on the opposite side of the map, there's a... Oh, he got it.
Yeah, he got the rifle and he's about to get the scout here.
Oh, a double wipe. That's huge for the Axis. On the left side, while that was going on, there was a huge infantry fight between, again, a scout and a rifle against the upgraded combat half-track, and it was ugly as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the Axis using a lot of really mobile units. I love the smoke from the Humber.
Oh, great smoke.
And then backed up by the Flak 30. That Flak 30 spotted by the flare. This is the advantage, all the recce sections and the scouts you see on the field. You get constant flares to spot the MGs and just kind of keep an eye on things. But that Flak 30 can do a lot of damage to these light vehicles.
Oh, anti-tank gun setting up over the Allies. Get a good hit on the A-Rads. Got to back up now.
Yeah.
Good work.
So Dumbass has been able to save enough manpower. He already has vehicle survival as well. Oh man, the white phosphorus rounds from the MG42.
Axis, crispy ally.
Yeah.
Most crispy.
Looks like the Axis are going to get, or almost get, both fuels here and a triple cap.
That's going to hurt.
Oh, but Lady Ritsu's going for bishops. You see, yeah, these Pioneers.
I saw that left side on the fuel point. I mean, they just shred through these riflemen. in close quarters.
Yeah, as long as their models stay alive. As soon as they start to drop models, though, it gets a little sketchy. Oh, Flak 30 smoked off. I like the Recce Flare. This other MG42 is going to set up. Everything... Oh. That Humber is taking a lot of hits. Almost goes down.
Got a Greyhound out as well from the Allies, and that's on the left side as well.
I've been happy to see people going back to motor pool now. I think, you know, the last patch, the half tracks were just so good, there was no reason to use a motor pool. But it feels like the Allied meta has gotten away from that on the USF side.
It has. I completely agree with you, because I was on the same boat. I would always go for just the half tracks and get, you know, bazooka squads if I was against, you know, DAK per se. But I mean, coming to Greyhounds has been great.
The Panzerjäger half track. Oh, nice placement with the AT gun. This half track's almost certainly going to go down. 8-Rod toasted as well. Oh no, the mine at the same time, but somehow the Panzerjäger's still alive. They get the final shot off on the 8-Rod.
What a Hail Mary.
Oh, there's no, like, I can't believe that half track blown up and then hits a mine, and yet 3 of the Panzerjägers still alive inside. Meanwhile, the Humber goes down as well, I think, to some Jaeger Shreks. And now from Ares, we're going to see Whirlwinds. My guess is Whirlwinds, Martyrs, and Jaegers until the King Tiger rolls out.
Looks like he just got the support elements upgrade. Ares did. So he looks like we're going to be getting some of those.
Now, Lady Rytsu's got her first Bishop out. And now Dumbass is going tier 4. Oh, man. Half track takes a hit, but with all these upgrades, it just kind of absorbs that.
Oh, it's gonna get. Oh, do you see that anti-tank gun battery?
They just don't see it. They don't see it. Now they're don't have the line of sight. Oh, nice grenade to force away the rifles there. Opposite side. Oh no, Lady Rytsu lost another infantry section. In the middle here, the Flak 30 and MG42 is just doing a ton of work.
Oh, could decrew this Flak Furling.
Flak 30 backs up just in time. Engineers trying to square up with Panzer Grenadiers here. Finally forced away. Wow. So Allies going heavy into AT guns, which makes sense. Whirlwind has caught some sappers on the flank. And Pax is a sniper in his build, which I think makes a lot of sense against the Wehrmacht, but against the DAK, well, they used to have... Dumbass used to have more light vehicles. But he does have to be careful. Yeah. Does have to be careful of them getting overrun. Ares obviously going for the Luftwaffe officers, Luftwaffe company officers' quarters. It's a really smart choice with how much he's playing with this these units. Axis again harassing the Allied fuel.
How have you been liking the new Vermont battle group with the interrogation? I honestly think it's so strong.
It is. It's a really nice ability as long as you have the time for it. Because not only do you get the little, like, short little map hack, but you also get experience for infantry units. So on top of the veterancy that you can already buy, it's just a little extra boost. Now, some of the other benefits, first squad of Rangers hit the field too. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, I was just about ready to say that. There's a sniper finally revealed on the map, so now he knows he has it.
The double AT gun, Ranger spotting for it. Oh, huge hits.
Oh, it survives!
Yep, those are all those upgrades that he has for it.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm looking at him right now. He's got the combat half tracks and the vehicle survival
package. The flank on the
package.
sniper with the Panzer Pioneers. They're right up in it. Pax doesn't see it.
Nasty.
Oh no.
No!
Rangers do force away the Panzer Grenadiers, and now they're going to try to avenge their sniper comrade. But Panzer Pioneers full health on retreat, no shot there.
Looks like some engineers are trying to lay a mine right in front of the MG42. That's not going to work.
No.
Right there in the middle.
Lady Rytsu's got... Oh. Defend the Fatherland active now. So, defensive bonuses for the Axis. A double Bishop from Lady Rytsu. And they've got enough... Wow, she moved her 2 AT guns over to deal with the Whirlwind. Wow! 4 consecutive hits on the Whirlwind. The Jaeger smoke comes in too late, and the Flak Pans are knocked out.
Great volley there from the anti-tank guns.
I'm impressed with her ability to just shift them over quickly enough to have that impact.
She's been and I honestly thought the bishop play was not going to work just because of the sheer amount of vehicle presence that the Axis had. But she's been able to manage her bishop's, usefulness with the bombardments against the Axis infantry with the placement of her anti-tank guns perfectly to just kind of balance out that disadvantage that you would think she would have.
Yeah, and those bishops as they scale, it's going to get really, really nasty. I'm just checking here. Yep, light vehicle training. So the bishops are going to start at Vet 1. Now, the upside for the Axis is they owned the Allies plus 10 fuel for the last few minutes, and they have not had any interruptions to their own. So they are at a huge advantage in terms of overall fuel income. You see this. Dumbass has his first Panzer III out. Ares, meanwhile, has been able to invest a ton of resources into support elements. He actually went for the Panzer Grenadier Company, and is now getting a naval warfare out, which I wonder how that's going to fare against the bishop. Panzer III almost knocks out a scout squad. Oh,
honestly, if I was him, I'd be using the worm or the Nebel warfare against these two anti-AT guns that she keeps carting around in a squad. It's a double D crew.
Well, so I love this from PAX. First off, he got another sniper out, but he went munition surplus and demolition package. So now his riflemen can lay mines everywhere, and it's not something you necessarily expect because he only just recently got an engineer out onto the field. First naval warfare barrage comes in, big hits to the Vickers. Oh man,
see, he's doing exactly what I thought he was going to. He's trying to aim for these team weapons.
Yeah, that's the best use for the naval warfare. The sniper wisely backs up as these Panzer Grenadiers again look for a flank here. I feel like PAX really needs like a scout over here to help start spotting.
For sure. Oh, looks like this anti-tank gun, if it doesn't move, is getting caught out. The Rangers here in support.
Yeah, and they've got the cover-to-cover bonus, so once they leave cover here, they should start sprinting. I guess they weren't in cover long enough.
Great hit from the sniper. They're going to have to get out of there.
Yep. Now
those Rangers are not to be trifled with.
Ares triggers defend the fatherland again. Oh, that sniper barely gets away. The long-range DPS from the Panzer Grenadiers is really, really strong. Bishop's coming in on the Flak 30, dealing some big hits. Oh my gosh.
Oh, doesn't get the D crew though.
Yeah, just barely.
Another flare for the Allies. They see exactly where all their machine gun is. It sees where this little 2-2 half track is as well.
I don't think there's a reason to go any upgrade for the infantry sections other than the recce package. The artillery support so powerful, the flare so useful. Yeah, and you can see the Axis now concerned. They've ceded some ground. They've lost a couple of their more important units. You see Dumbass going for a walking Stuka.
Yeah, just about ready to point that out.
And Ares floating a ton of fuel. He hasn't replaced his lost Whirlwind. And I wonder what his thought process is here. He's getting another Jaeger squad out. Jaegers are a fine counter to all these team weapons.
So do you think with this Jaeger squad, would it be more effective to go the recce package, keep recce or whatever the Euro rifles or whatever they're called? The
G43s? Yeah.
Yeah, those. Or the Panzer Shreks.
The Shreks, for sure. Right. They obviously with the G43s, their anti-infantry power is just a little bit better, but if you need anti-infantry as Wehrmacht, get Stoßtruppen, right? But the Jaegers do just fine against most infantry, with the exception of probably the Rangers. And the Shreks make them so versatile and so dangerous to vehicles. Plus, they also get the ambush camouflage, which applies to the damage that the Shreks do. So that's my opinion. If you're going to lean heavy into infantry, if you're only worried about enemy infantry, then Stoßtruppen. If you need anti-vehicle or all-around capability, then I'd go with Jaegers.
Well, look, she set up her anti-tank guns.
Oh my gosh. And look at the barrage on the bishops. That's huge. Oh, those Panzer Grenadiers. No, the Rangers take a ton of damage. Sniper coming in. Also, I love the synergy here. PAX has built a munitions storage cache. and that's allowed the bishops to reload or reset their cooldown much faster. Oh, sniper annihilated by single shot from the Panzer III, but not worth it. Another quick barrage from the 6-pounders knocks out the Panzer III. That's not the trade you want if you're a dumbass.
No, absolutely not. Especially with the fact that he just took out a huge portion of your main map presence with it being your only armored tank at the moment. That is going to hurt when it comes to trying to push these types of lines whenever they have all these anti-tank guns and team weapons set up with the defenses.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So a heavy anti-tank mine just hit by the 259. It crits the engine but doesn't kill it. Dumbass has all of the vehicle survivability upgrades. Worth noting, though, that Pioneers with a Minesweeper, the Minesweeper's not active if they're in the half track. So if you ever think of, so if you're like, oh, no, it doesn't work that way. They won't be able to see it unless they're out on the ground.
Makes sense, makes sense. And just to note, he hasn't actually used his walking Stuka yet in this map. I'm been like keeping an eye on it. I want to see what his first target is. And on top of that, he also just upgraded with the Tiger, the Armored Reserves package.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think he needs the Panzer IV will scale better than the P3, especially with all the upgrades. And then obviously the Stug G package can be really, really nice dealing with these vehicles. The Bishops look durable, but they actually are pretty squishy. They can't survive more than 2 shots from most vehicles. Oh man, this Flak 30 keeps getting smashed by the Bishops. That munitions, was it munition storage depot, whatever you actually want to call it?
Yeah.
The cache is on the point. It just does so much to help the Bishops stay active. And then you see Lady Rytsu's got 3 now. Oh, here's the walking Stuka counter barrage.
There it is.
Does a ton of damage to those Bishops.
As soon as he scouts out that munition, I swear to you, he's going to be targeting it because it just gives the Bishops way too much utility with their barrage ability, being able to barrage over and over and over again, keeping their team weapons decrewed and their infantry moving.
Yeah. Also, I love the flanking maneuver to help the Rangers break contact, and now they're closing this MG42 with the Ranger weapon training. It's almost certainly going to be cleared. That's a Vet 2 MG42.
Oh,
knocked
there
out.
It is.
Rangers don't have any anti-vehicle.
Look at the block.
Yeah. Now the Zooks come in on the 250/9, but the Panzer Grenadiers here are more than capable of punishing this. Oh, that 250 is going to go down. Yep.
Dang.
Knocked out. But the Zook squad's going to pay for it for sure. And actually, these Vet 3 Rangers, that's a long retreat path and a lot of DPS there. This is potentially dangerous. It looks like the Bishops are lining up for a shot to cover, though. Oh, Rangers get away.
Here comes the barrage.
Oh my goodness.
That's such a you got to get that for the screenshot. Let's be honest, man. Just the triple Bishop barrage. Come on.
It's nuts. Wow, allies down to under 100 VPs already. But it looks like they're... Oh, I like the idea of the grenade. They're just a little bit behind. Walking Stuka coming in. Couple big hits.
Another one being built as well.
Oh, Vet 3 Vickers just barely gets away. Navalwerfer coming in as well.
Oh, the walking Stuka just got destroyed by the barrage from the Bishops. And here's that problem with that cache again. They already have the barrage up again and just eviscerated his anti.
All you see are a couple parts on the ground. Like,
did you see that?
I don't even know what vehicle that was.
Oh my god, dude, it's so crazy. These high-level games are so hard to keep up with sometimes because so much is going on at once.
The level of coordination is really impressive here from the Allied players. If I remember correctly, I don't think they're actually on comms together. So the fact that they are working and playing this well as a team, Lady Rytsu's doing a great job supporting Pax's pushes with her Bishops. Pretty impressive.
And even with all the losses that the Axis have been taking, they're still being able to like kind of bounce back in a way and get back on the map. I mean, you never see them with more than 1 point captured in their territory, and they always have a good flank or a good different maneuver to pull to get back into the game. So even with this huge disadvantage of having the triple bishops with the ammo cache, they've been able to kind of circumvent it a little bit.
The biggest problem for the Axis team is the number of vehicles that I don't want to say thrown away. Oh my gosh, the bishops are already... Oh my god. MG42
it just doesn't have a chance.
One shot. The gun itself destroyed. That's also a big pickup. PAX really investing into bazookas here. He has the survival training and the improved rockets and advanced logistics. So
oh my god.
PAX has invested heavily. He's unlocked the entire infantry support center.
I've actually never played around with the bazooka placed mine, the heavy demolition mine.
Oh, the one from the ISC?
Yeah, I've never actually played around with it.
Oh, it does a special crit to enemy vehicles. Oh, this Panzer Grenadier squad annihilated by Vet 3 Rangers and the Bishops. Oh, this is where you really feel the lack of friendly fire as these Rangers sprint down the Panzer Grens.
Yeah, just through the barrage.
Yep. Counter barrage from the naval
yeah, it's not really made for the vehicles though. It does damage, but it's more for the infantry.
It will still do decent damage if it gets skin-to-skin contact.
Gotcha.
This is interesting though, because even though the Axis have had the advantage for the majority of the game, you know, I know Dumbass has been really forced off of his spot. This is not how he wants to play. He does not want to be infantry heavy. He wants to use his upgraded vehicles. Oh, Ares immediately King Tiger on the field as soon as it became available. Meanwhile, PAX finally getting his tier 4 out.
And with the King Tiger, I've definitely had a few kind of interactions with it already, and with its disadvantage of kind of crippling your fuel economy while it's on the field, I honestly don't feel like it's a great tank right now. It's slow. It doesn't have as thick of armor as you would think. It gets penetrated a lot frontally, and it's slow to repair. And it, like I said, it cripples your fuel economy. I honestly. I struggle to get good value out of it, even with good positioning.
Now, fortunately for Ares, all that's true. Fortunately for Ares, he has 170 fuel in the bank. So he's not necessarily hurting. So that fuel income reduction won't be that bad. Oh, Lady Rytsu has refit one of her bishops. Oh, probably for pop reasons. She's got the Black Prince available. Oh my gosh, look at her resource float. I didn't even notice that.
Oh my god. She's rolling.
Big hits. All right, Black Prince is here. Black Prince is actually a great counter to the KT because otherwise these AT guns, not a good counter. Yeah. And I wonder if we're going to see a Tiger here from Dumbass. He has the resources for it.
I mean, what else? What other play do they have? He could go for a different call-in group, but the Tiger. Oh my gosh! Wow. It's just an instant wipe. It's horrible, man. Like, how do you counter these bishops as the Axis? They're just eviscerating all of your troops, your team weapons.
Watch this direct fire. Oh my goodness. Now, the bishops need to be careful, though. King Tiger will one-shot them. This is funny. We basically have seen 3 of the 4 heavy tanks available, and then obviously PAX has gone for Rangers. So no purging here, but he's got Rangers. They're pretty much a heavy tank. Oh,
the heavy tank in the infantry world.
Yeah. Now comes the armored support loiter onto the bishops. Does a ton of damage. Also, the KT just ate a million AT gun shots, so it is backed up for repairs. Wow, the loiter.
Just barely missing the bishops, and while that's happening, the Nebelwerfer Barrage finally finds its target on the ammo cache and starts damaging it, trying to look for the AT guns so that the King Tiger has a chance to push forward.
Oh my gosh, these bishops, or the Tiger just smashing the bazookas. They really need veterancy. Oh, another Nebelwerfer Barrage? This poor sniper. I wonder if the Tiger sees it.
There goes the ammo cache.
Goes up. Huge explosion. Black Prince here on the field, but the Black Prince is so slow. And
it's going to be crucial in the defense between a Tiger and the King Tiger, especially with these baby AT guns in tandem. They've definitely got a fighting chance against the Axis late game here.
Well, the thing is, though, the Allies don't have much in the way of VPs to play with. And these two big cats here in the middle... Oh, Black Prince immediately eats two big hits.
This is not where it needs to be.
Oh, but the Bishop Barrage coming in on MG42. MG42 is almost certainly toast. Oh, wow. Oh, no. The Black Prince immediately stunned and destroyed.
It got buttoned by the flak for the flak team weapon, I believe.
Yeah, and then the Jaegers came in on the flank. Wow. Black Prince annihilated. Now Zook's coming in on the Tiger. Oh, 155 rapid artillery coming in. The Tiger doesn't see it.
He might be able to back up in time out of it.
He looks like he's just going to escape.
Finally getting rid of all these AT guns too with these Shreks and the KT right here.
Yeah, but the Allies have both flank VPs. So somehow, maybe in sacrificing all of their major units, they've stabilized just a little bit. Rangers think about the Vickers, decide against it. The other Rangers, oh, this is dangerous.
Oh, this is not what you need to do with your Vet 2 Rangers.
No. One more shot from the Tiger.
Oh, if that RNG rolled a little higher, man, that would have been a really huge blow to the American infantry.
Yeah, I think it's just all the upgrades. The survivability plus Vet 2 really helps them. More Bishop Barrages coming in, but they're just slightly out of position. I wonder if we'll see the direct fire, though.
These poor Axis soldiers. Oh my goodness. After this, whoever survives this battle, I swear to you, these Axis are going to be the definition of a shell shock PTSD case. They're going to go home to their family. Somebody's going to drop a fork and they're going to scream.
Well, at Vet 3, that direct fire from the Bishops is free.
Nah,
yes.
That's diabolical.
Oh, Tiger here is going to try to clear. Oh, they hit the mine. The Tiger is engine critted. It pops smoke, but the Bishop's barraging it. Now Zook's coming in. Jericho Trumpets called in by Ares to try to help save the Tiger. It's going to demoralize
it's too late, so the Zook smell blood in the water. They're already there, and they're going to take it down.
Tiger knocked out. Naval Warfare comes in on the 6-pounder. Knocks it out.
Ammonium! Everything's dying! Oh my goodness!
PAX gets his second vehicle out. It's a Hellcat. Probably a good choice. KT's still on the field, even though the Tiger and the Black Prince are dead. Wow, we had 3 heavy tanks on the battlefield for about 25 seconds, and then it was down to 1 heavy tank.
And the DAK army has been literally just eviscerated to Rommel's finest, and that's literally it. That's all he's got.
Oh my goodness. And one of those Panzer Grenadier squads is Vet 0.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, with the 3 VPs. Like, from Lady Rytsu?
From all of them. Like, PAX is the only one who I feel like is using his resources.
Well, Dumbass just took a massive hit from the Tiger, so obviously his manpower is going to be a bit of a higher, but he's kind of trying to decide what he needs in this situation. I've been in that situation before. Lots of resources, kind of like decision paralysis. You don't know what you need.
Well, and it's telling, like, his earlier strategy has paid off because he's floating a ton of manpower, which you almost never see from DAK. To the point where he actually built a cache. If your DAK player ever has enough manpower to build a cache, then things are either going really well or you're making some poor economic decisions.
I've been in that boat before. A poor economic decision.
Oh, PAX's stolen MG42 cleared by Panzer Grenadiers over here.
Axis and here they are playing the VP game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're exactly right. This is what they have to do. Oh, Vet 3 Rangers. Oh, then the Bishops arrive.
Oh, and right, the left side for the KT. The KT.
Oh, the Zooks and the Hellcats have found it. Hellcats going for that flank, trying to get on the rear armor.
Oh, these Panzer Strikes are going to be huge for defending the KT here.
Yeah, one of the Hellcats knocked out. Oh, this Vetri Zook squad. It's going to survive for now. Another Hellcat or the Hellcat is still trying to get on the flank. Zook's bounce. Hellcat penetrates from the side. Oh my god, the Hellcat jumps over the little cliff there. Oh,
okay, he needs to get out of there.
But the Bishop's cleaning it up.
The Bishop my goodness. From downtown.
That Bishop play, just insane. And then, so Dumbass already has a replacement Tiger out. It got all of the upgrades. Ally's about to get a triple cap on with only 21 VPs left. Oh man, the Tiger big hits. Yeah, these Bishops need to get away. So it can be tempting to say, oh, I've got these Bishops, let me direct fire the Tiger. Fun fact, the Tiger will one-shot a Bishop, so I do not recommend that course of action.
Look at the Zooks destroying the King Tiger Rex so that he can't refit it.
Well, they die for that attempt.
I mean, I like the idea, but let's get the execution down a little bit better.
Well, I love your thought process here because we saw an 8-rod from Ares. Yeah, there it is, the mechanized company. Not Ares, from Dumbass. So he has the ability to get a wrecker out, which I think would not be a terrible idea, especially combined with the ability to salvage from this battle group.
Not in a bad spot either. It's on the edge of the map.
Tiger clears one of the AT guns. Naval Warfare coming in. Both 6-pounders cleared. Can easily be destroyed here.
I did not realize that the Axis had a nasty Neverwolfer barrage now. They've got 3.
Oh my gosh, he has 3 navals?
And that's the days of Lady Russo's little baby artillery gun battery are over with these batteries, man. Nothing is going to be staying crude.
Yeah. Well, another Black Prince on the field. Oh my gosh, those Bishops just devastating these Axis infantry. Look at the casualty count. The KD's not crazy, but the casualty count is absurd.
Oh my god, in the 200s?
200 to 165, so we're at almost 400 casualties in this game, and then the number of vehicles killed, 13 vehicles destroyed.
That's a huge amount for just a 2v2.
Another KT. All right, so round 2 with all these, oh my gosh, the Bishops do a lot of damage to the Tiger and almost actually destroy the Panzer Pioneers. So
looks like Dumbass is actually salvaging the King Tiger wreck instead of recruiting it from Ares. He's actually taking the resources.
That's going to be, well, because what he needs is other vehicles to support his Tiger. Maybe those are Martyrs. Oh, Bishop's still pressing the Tiger, but now with the KT in support.
You really don't want to be pushing your King, or not the KT, I'm sorry, the Black Prince. Since it's so slow, you really don't want to be pushing it too far into the enemy territory because it doesn't have much maneuverability to get out of dodge.
I think maybe their thought process is if they kind of defend forward here, they can maintain the triple cap, which as long as this game has been, the Axis VP lead's being cut down at a triple cap. They've got about 2 minutes left. And
I think you're right.
Yeah, all these fighting positions that PAX is building are going to be able to do just enough to prevent the Axis from capping up the VPs on the flanks. More Hellcats on the way from PAX.
Good smoke from the Jaeger squad in tandem with the Grenadiers so they can get this cap finally decaptured.
It was a good idea until the Bishops opened up. Oh no.
You just gotta get the decap. Oh my god! 5 models gone? Is there any limit to the amount of models they can damage and kill?
No.
Oh my god.
No, there's not. Alright, now we're seeing multiple P3s coming out to support the Tiger. Looks like Dumbass is being pretty deliberate about this push here. P3 in support to deal with the MG bunker. Oh no. It immediately hits a mine. There are mines everywhere on this side.
Especially with the amount of resources that Lady and PAX have been able to kind of dump into the field.
Where's the V1 coming in?
Oh, in the middle! I missed it. I couldn't see it. I couldn't hear it.
I saw it, but it didn't kill anything.
Okay, the V1 rocket's probably the best part of all battle groups combined, just because of the way it works. It's so fun.
Oh, the triple naval warfare barrage coming in. 1 direct hit. Oh, but both Bishops gonna get away. Now Tiger and P3's going hunting. 1 P3 knocked out. by the Hellcats, but now P3 and Tiger on the flank. All these Hellcats are done.
What a great flank too. Gotta watch out for mines here.
Oh, how did that Hellcat survive that hit?
I've never seen more resilient, barely 18-year-old Americans in a tank before.
Oh my gosh. The Vet 3 Zook squad might get away. Bishop Barrage comes in trying to save.
That was huge. Huge for crippling the American side, for sure.
Yeah, it looks like Axe is going to be able to maintain the Southeast VP, but they still have to get back on one of the other ones. Down to 62 tickets left, so 3 minutes of life now for the Axis team. Another HMG position knocked out. Black Prince on the way over, supported by Rangers and a sniper, but as you pointed out, the Black Prince is super slow. Man, the triple naval warfare.
It's dirty, man. Almost dirtier than the Bishop, but not quite.
Oh man, sniper just standing in, doing damage to these Panzer Grenadiers. Tiger has to focus.
Almost being ignored.
Oh, here comes the armored support loiter. The sniper could be in danger. Oh,
there he goes.
Sniper just toasted.
Evaporated from this existence is what I like to say.
The Tiger hit a mine.
Oh my gosh, dude. That had to be one of the bigger ones, right? The big boy mine?
Most likely. That'd be my guess. Oh my gosh. So many dead tanks.
We might be able to get a cap here.
Yeah, Rangers on the VP. One VP untouched. The other's a grenade coming in on MG42. Naval warfare
just
barrages.
Parking the Panzer there.
Oh, the white phosphorus. Oh yeah, the Panzer 3 able to stop the cap.
Huge for that upgrade from Dumbass.
Yeah. Dumbass needs a wrecker out. There's so many vehicle carcasses on the field.
For sure. Finally, Americans are bleeding. They're at 14 tickets. They need to cap something. Literally anything.
Oh, the Axis do have them on the bleed. KT in the middle. That's going to be very, very hard to hold. Two of these 6-pounders not really going to challenge the KT, but they will be able to capture. Oh, wow. First shot. Almost. Now it's decrewed. Black Prince moving up. Jaeger's forced to leave. Another AT gun on the VP. Sappers.
Sneaky Pioneers on the left here on the VP.
Wow. Well, the Allies secure the right flank. Axis securing the left. The middle is still no man's land. Black Prince going after the KT, supported by the double Bishop barrage.
We need a snare here. Snaring the Black Prince in this far forward.
You're gonna get your wish. Here it comes. Black Prince
done.
snared.
We're good.
Panzer 3 on the flank. Rear hits, extra damage. But Black Prince smoked by a Panzer 3 before it can kill the KT.
Yes, if they just park. Yes, they just gotta park their vehicles.
But here comes 155 barrage.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, it immediately kills the P3. Now the Hellcat. Oh, but it pops smoke. It'll be able to get away.
Nice attack round.
Still, VP's still evened out in terms of control here. Now Jericho trumpets come in, applying a debuff to the infantry section. Oh, more artillery. Oh, the Hellcat gets snared.
Oh, P3 just gets away.
More bishops coming in.
We need repairs now. Oh no, the Bishop. No.
Oh, these Vet 3 Panzer Grenadiers.
Oh,
somehow
get out of there,
they
man.
get away.
Hans, run! Run, Hans!
Oh no.
No.
Ares Panzer Grenadier squad goes down. Rangers standing on the VP. Oh, another P-Gren squad just turned into mist. These bishops. Naval warfare barrages in the rear. Catch a sapper squad out. How do any of these guys have anything left?
They just keep building it. It's so crazy. At this point, I forget to build stuff.
Oh my gosh. The Allies down to one ticket, but they have the Axis on the drain and the potential for a triple cap here. Sappers. Oh my gosh.
We need to do something here. I mean, the infantry is definitely dwindling at this point, so we could probably get one of those sneaky Pioneers on the side and still be good.
Bazooka squad knocked out. Allies almost get the triple cap, but the Pioneers will hop into this VP and stop the Sappers from getting the cap. Panzer IV assault group on the field from Dumbass.
20 tickets remaining.
Krodschützen out now. Ares loses a Pioneer squad. And actually, they get the triple cap on.
Oh my god, they just need to cap it. They just need a decap.
Oh my gosh. The Krodschützen on one flank. Panzer IV on the other flank. Allied infantry.
Oh, they need to cap it now.
They're trying to capture the center, but they can't do it. Panzer Grenadiers just standing on it.
I know, they have 3 points left. 3 tickets left. 2 tickets left. Just cap one something. To cap something.
They can't. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it.
No! They would have had it. Oh my god, they would have had it.
Who won?
The Allies.
The Allies won.
The Allies won.
How?
So at the very end, on both flank VPs, the Axis were capping it, but they just didn't like capture it completely because again, remember the Allies had one VP that was in their name. So the other ones were neutral and they were trying to become Axis, but the ticket drain just ticked it over the last ticket. If it was one tick slower, the Axis would have capped it, stopped it, and then capped the other one and then would have drained the Allies. But it was literally a second. One tick is what decided that game. That was so insane.
That's nuts. And I don't even know, like, the only clue that I had that the Allies won that was I had the Allied audio coming in and it said it played the victory animation. That's it. Wow. That is insane.
What an insane game.
Okay. So now that our blood pressure has settled a little bit, we're back. So real quick rundown of the build order for these players. Obviously an epic game, build orders change, but so for Ares, Wehrmacht, Terror Battle Group, immediately 3 Pioneers, 2 MG42s, a Grenadier, and then at that point he goes Luftwaffe Company for Flak 30, Jaegers, 221, support elements into the Wirbelwind, and then really KT. He does also side tech, Panzer Grenadier Company for the Naval Warfers, and some P-Grens at the end. Then Dumbass playing the DAK, armored support, right? So he goes pretty light, 250 Pioneer, a couple Panzer Grenadiers, Mechanized Company, 8 Rod. And then from there, he goes tier 4, lots of P3s, armored reserves, a couple of Tigers. He's got all of his DAK armory upgrades. His goal is to play with vehicles, but his vehicles keep dying. So he ends up building some more infantry in the late game. Then on the Allied side, Lady Rytsu, very much in the support role, and I really like the balance between her and Pax here. So she comes out with a sapper, a dingo, a couple sections, eventually gets a Humber, a Vickers, a couple of AT guns, but what she really contributes is bishops. 3 bishops, light vehicle training, so they start at vet 1, just absolutely hammering the Axis infantry. Because she's running the armored battle group, she gets access to the Black Prince, which she pulls on the field twice. And then finally, PAX AJAX coming out, 2 scouts, barracks, 3 rifles, infantry support center, all of those upgrades. Advanced infantry, gets 2 ranger squads. He has a Greyhound, but then he, late in the game, when he doesn't need any more upgrades for his infantry, uses his fuel to get a tank depot, multiple Hellcats to counter the big cats on the field. First off, Elf, did I miss anything in the build order?
My man, I don't even know how you remembered all that. So I hope to God not, because if you did, I didn't catch it. That was quite impressive for sure. So yeah, I don't think so, man.
Sweet. And then second, all right, what did you take away from this?
I'm going to be honest with you, my man. I think the star of the show, we can all just kind of like tell the elephant in the room, was the bishops. I mean, come on. Like Lady Rytsu with those nasty bishop trio, just eviscerating the Axis, both in the vehicle standpoint, the light vehicle standpoint, team weapons and infantry. Nothing was safe from those British like tankers, man. Nothing was safe.
Bro, so the light vehicle training really helps. The munitions cache there that PAX put down, because for a while it felt like they were just constantly barraging. And it makes it really difficult to use infantry, it makes it really difficult to use team weapons. And then if you get skin-on-skin contact, they do decent damage to vehicles as well. I can't even remember how many vehicles we saw get knocked out by artillery of one form or another this game. One of the Panzer IIIs on the central VP got knocked out by the American off-map.
Call-in.
Is nuts.
Yeah, the call-in.
And then the Bishop, the direct fire ability, it's tempting sometimes. You're like, oh, I get in close with my infantry, let me throw a snare. You got to be careful because that direct fire will smash. Even Vet 3 Panzer Grenadiers are not safe. But you can see like the Bishop micro was really, really good because the barrages were coming like on the same target, but kind of spread apart. So between that and the scatter, there's really nowhere safe. And sometimes the way that she was placing the shots, the retreat path was the most dangerous place to be. So you're stuck between a fight that you might not win with infantry or tanks in front of you and a fight that you'll definitely lose on the retreat path with the bishops coming behind you. So really, really well played.
For sure.
I want to bring up one other thing. You talked about the KT during the cast. It almost, the fuel like deficit, the 50% fuel reduction, I don't feel like it really mattered because Ares was floating so much fuel in this game. But yeah, I agree with you. The KT just doesn't feel like, I feel like the 6-pound AT guns, they still penetrate the front too reliably. And that penetration and armor scaling is really, really tricky to get right. But I think that's why the KT, just doesn't feel right now. Because like, did the allies really have to adjust to being on the field? Like, PAX got a couple
that's
of Hellcats.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. That's what I'm talking about. Whenever I've seen the KT on the field in my games too, it's really not that, like, there's no impact that it has other than being something that you have to babysit constantly. Mm-hmm. I honestly feel like that because with the KT, when I hear King Tiger, I'm thinking hide your wives, hide your kids. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't feel that way with this King Tiger. I honestly just feel like, oh, okay, I'll get like an extra AT gun and I'll be good. That's not how it's supposed to be handled, in my opinion. I don't think the Americans or the Allies, I'm sorry, had to do anything different than what they already had army composition wise against this so-called terror weapon.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. The Zooks, it pretty much hard counters Zooks, but I thought PAX did a good job of combining the Zooks with the Hellcats to kind of continue to threaten it. And then like I'm honestly more concerned about a fully upgraded Tiger from the DAK. Right, it's got 5 extra range somehow. Has a little bit less armor, but it moves faster. It hits just as hard.
Bounces way more.
Yeah, I think, and because the KT backs up slower than any other vehicle in the game, I think it's easier to get rear armor shots. Okay, sorry. One other thing I wanted to call out: PAX's mines were everywhere. But he was putting those heavy mines down and like knocked out Dumbass's second Tiger. Like just really, really good positioning. And even though the DAK vehicles with all the upgrades can kind of absorb a lot of those mine hits, the engine crits are still really, really nasty. So smart play there.
I haven't even seen somebody like play and use Zook squads in late game to such a high degree. I struggle to even use the American like early anti-tank answers like Zooks and stuff like that. Even the half track, 35 mil upgrade?
75, yeah.
75 mil, sorry. One of those numbers. The 75 mil upgrade. I struggle to use them because they're so fragile to me that it's harder for me to get in and get their jobs done. You know what I mean? But I mean, you can just see the difference in skill with PAX AJAX and how he's able to get just squeeze every advantage out of his units and just really hammer his enemy into submission. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The Zooks, when they get the survivability upgrade, they get some veterancy. And I think Vet 2 or Vet 3, they get a penetration buff as well to the Zooks. They do scale well, but they still become a trouble to keep alive, right? It is a challenge. It is a micro attacks. So someone like PAX can pull it off. The only other thing that I have here is like, gotta get that wrecker. That wrecker.
I mean, how many opportunities did you see on the field? I mean, even with the King Tiger on the very edge of the map, that could have been a huge advantage just to snag that. I mean, he did use it. He pulled the resources out of it, but I mean, anything else could have been fair game.
Well, it heals faster. You're a little bit less of the risk of getting beat up by the bishops when you're healing your tanks. I know it's a little bit of a meme and it's kind of a joke, like a running gag here because I really like the wrecker, but I do think it's valuable. And it's something that like, would have been crazy to flip like the first Black Prince when it died, convert that, bring that over to the DAK, and you got a Black Prince alongside a Tiger and a KT. Like, okay, that might be a GG right there. But
yeah, I mean the 17-pound gun on that thing, not to be messed with
all the DAK upgrades.
With all the DAK upgrades.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
They just slap a owned by Deutsche Africa Corps on the side of the freaking British tank, and it just automatically assimilates all the upgrades.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. No, this one was awesome. You got anything else before we close it out?
Nah, man. Just thanks for having me. I can't wait to be back.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're back. GG's to everyone. Well played. Fantastic match. I hope that the upcoming 2v2 tournament sees more games like this. Please stay tuned. More of this stuff to come as the tournament gets into its initial play-in rounds starting next week. So stick with us here. Elf, thank you. Pleasure as always, man.
See you later.
All right. That's going to do it for us here, gents. We'll see y'all in the next one.